Okay, this presentation is on nonfiction, different types of nonfiction as you can see in the picture, and the different elements and characteristics of these different types of nonfiction. Okay, so to start off, nonfiction includes narrative and informational nonfiction. It's the broadest category of literature since it encompasses so many different genres, such as biographies, memoirs, essays, speeches, and letters, just to name a few. Nonfiction is writing that's about real subjects, where the author considers the information truth, as opposed to fiction, which is writing that's from the imagination of the author's mind. Narrative fiction is similar to fiction because, like fiction, narrative fiction tells a story and may include the same elements as fiction, such as setting, characters, theme, plot, and conflict. The organization of the narrative nonfiction story is similar to fiction because the author many times presents the story in chronological order. Order occurred, or sometimes uses flashback, beginning in present and reflecting on the past. An autobiography is a story that a writer tells from his or own life story. The story is in first-person point of view and typically focuses on the most important events that happened to the author. Some examples of autobiographies include some well-known ones, such as from Frank Abagnale in Catch Me If You Can and Michael J. Fox. Some other autobiographies include interesting stories from not-so-known authors, including a book about LA gang members' experience and about a spy. A biography is a story that a writer tells about someone else's life. The story is written in third person and is often written without the permission of the person the book is about. Some examples include a biography about Dr. Dre, Eminem, and other gangster rappers, Adam Sandler, The Rock, as well as many other famous and not so famous persons. Even biographies of Santa Claus. Like an autobiography, a memoir uses first person to tell a story, but they differ from autobiographies because they focus only on one period of the author's life. Memoirs also have an emphasis on the author's relationships and can also tell about the impact of historical events on the author's life. Some memoirs include Judge Greg Mathis, one about some MIT students who legally use their smarts to win big in Las Vegas, and Lisa Beamer's story about her husband Todd Beamer's heroic actions during 9/11. This explains topics such as kendo, Japanese sword fighting, or it can promote an opinion, an editorial. Information nonfiction. Many times, informative nonfiction includes stories and personal anecdotes to elaborate on the subject. Two types of informative nonfiction are expository and persuasive expository. Expository explains things in a process. It reports news. Could be a literary analysis. Persuasive are essays that promote an opinion or a position. For example, Republican political literature would promote the agenda of the Republican Party. Other examples of persuasive essays would include movie reviews, advice columns, editorials. In most of the persuasive essays, the author typically wants you to believe their opinion or a position, that their opinion is best. The informative nonfiction structure. Okay, there's something called a lead. At the very beginning, it captures the reader's attention, kind of like it's called a hook sometimes. Then there's the body of the structure, right, that develops the main idea. Then there are supporting details with the facts, statistics, and examples. And then there's the conclusion that restates the main idea. And then that is the structure of nonfiction and their elements. Hope you took good notes.